Well, hello, this is Michael Bloom, and I am your Caregiving Without Regret expert and proud new host of Health Jams, the online marketing forum for healthcare entrepreneurs. So excited to be partnering with my great friend John Schumacher to bring you expert marketing advice on a bi weekly basis with this new casual interactive forum. This show is really for you. And I just want to say, as part of my introduction, some of you that may be joining us probably found us through a video that was attached to your registration page to link up with Health Jams, which is why we wanted to start with the topic of video marketing on a budget. Video has really become an important part of my world over the months since I published my first book in September of 2013 called The Accidental Caregiver Survival Guide, Your Roadmap to Caregiving Without Regret. Soon after that publication, I engaged in a whole bunch of online marketing and social media programs and study. And through my journey of learning, I actually met John as we were taking a course actually in online video streaming, doing a live Google Hangout on air, of which we're broadcasting right now. We met through a private Facebook group. I actually went to learn a little bit more about John. And how did I learn about John? I went to his YouTube channel and found a video that he published which shared why he wanted to launch New Wave Healthcare in the fall of 2013. And what was most compelling about that video, which we'll share today, is John didn't talk about just what his mission is, and I know he's a great guy, and he has a mission to help others with their marketing and get their products and services out into the world to help the people that are most in need of it. But he shared in a very heartfelt, authentic, compelling way, which helped me to very quickly want to know him, like him, and I just felt this instant connection to trust him. And we forged a relationship. He actually welcomed to interview me on his show. And in learning more about John and his journey and just seeing John's a physical therapist by trade, and through New Wave Healthcare and his physical therapy teachings, he's actually to date published more than 300 videos that to help people with pain relief, exercise, and over the last number of months since launching NewWaveHealthcare.com, he's actually been interviewing some of the most cutting edge and healthcare innovators that are out there in the digital health world. So we've decided in the recent months to come together and partner to help others with online marketing experts. And one of the great ways we thought we could do this is through the casual interactive forum on a bi-weekly basis with Health Jams. So without further ado, I would like to turn things over and have John, my wonderful co-host, introduce himself formally and to share a bit about our topic, video marketing on a budget. So John, I'm turning it over to you, my friend.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the webinar today. We hope you get a ton of value on video marketing on a budget, which is literally how I personally started with a simple iPhone and my poor girlfriend holding this iPhone, shooting videos of me showing different exercises and different pain relief techniques. As Michael said, I'm a physical therapist, been online for a few years now, as Michael has, and have taken a lot of adventures online and learned a lot. So hope to share some of that video knowledge with all of you today. As Michael said, I'm the host and founder of NewWaveHealthcare.com, a site that's committed to helping healthcare professionals with their online marketing and media needs. Michael's no slouch himself. He didn't say much about himself, but the guy's actually absolutely been crushing it lately. He's an expert on author, speaker. It seems like every week he gets a new paid speaking engagement. I think you've gotten, what, 5 figures in books now, Michael?
Yeah, I've sold 5 figures worth of books in the last few months, so it's just been an incredible journey, and I'm living my passion. And just from doing this, it's just been great. So thank you.
Yeah, so both of us are a lot like you guys. I mean, we started out as a health professional or a coach or somebody like that who was struggling online. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. When I started out, I had no idea, how to build a website, how to build an email list, how to use social media, how to shoot a video. I had no idea. So we hear you and we feel you, and that's the intention of this forum here, is to build an interactive forum for you guys to learn from not only us and our journeys over these last few years, but also bringing on experts in the fields of online marketing and social media and information product production, authorship, all these people that we've now made connections with to share their expertise on this forum as featured guests. So there'll be a lot of new shows moving forward that will feature these really amazing marketing gurus so that you can get your message out there, because everyone needs to know marketing. You have to get your message out there. If you're a health provider or in any industry and you have a powerful, impactful message to share, it's going to get drowned out unless you learn how to do it. So that's our mission here. We're really excited to get this started. This is the first show. So let's just I guess we'll just jump into this, huh, Michael? We'll just start talking about...
Let's do it. And could I just add something, John? Just want to say, because it's our first show, and we are live. This is not, recorded. We're not editing at this point. So, things could be imperfect. And, we talked before we got on the show, we're going to be very casual and interactive. We want to hear from you. And so part of this is tonight, John is our first host expert to talk about video marketing, because he's my go-to guy when I want to talk to somebody about what I should do in my video production. So we're going to explore this topic together. But if you have questions, there is a chat box that you have access to. So just feel free, anytime you think of a question, type into the chat box, let us know what it is, and we will get to it at the end of the content that we're delivering. And so I just wanted to clarify that for some sort of logistical purposes here. But John, you could just go right on ahead, and would love to know, some of the things as to why video marketing is so important for folks to be thinking about for their businesses.
Right, absolutely. And so I'm going to go through a lot. I'm actually going to read off some of my notes because I have a lot of content I want to share with you all today. And don't worry, if you have a pen and paper, great. But if you don't, we will be linking up all of the resources, all of our name drops that we're going to be doing here on this webinar at the newwavehealthcare.com website. We have a new tab called Shows. You can go to the show is called Health Jams. You can just go there. Probably in the next few days or so, we'll have a replay page done and up on the site there. So we'll have links. We'll have all the content and an outline of our content right there. So don't worry if you can't get every word down. We got you covered. We'll have it there for you. So with that said, why have video in your business? Gosh, you have to have video in your business these days. And I'm just going to start with a couple statistics that I found on a website called Digital Sherpa, which is a popular blog for online marketing. And they said this. They said that video increases people's understanding of your product or service by 74%. So what does that really mean? When someone comes to your website, a video tells the story much better than just plain text and pictures. 74% improvement. And the reason for that is that video is emotional. Video allows you to use your senses much more than just simply looking at a picture and reading text. You get to feel the person. You get to understand the business in a multi-dimensional way. So big improvement there on conversions. I actually had a friend, to digress just a little, a friend the other day who added a video to his website. And he has a beautiful villa here in the Santa Cruz Mountains where I live. And as soon as he put a video on his website, and all it was a simple video that had pictures he had taken and a little bit of music, and he created a slideshow on his video. And he had someone do it for him. You don't always have to do it yourself. He put that on his homepage, and his bookings for his villa tripled in the next 2 months. And his website searches on Google went from where he was nowhere to be found on the first page of his Google keyword page to being on the first page, and his web traffic to his website has doubled, all in a couple months of having a video up. So video is key, not only for explaining what you do more clearly, but also for web traffic. Again, according to Digital Sherpa, they said that your website is 50 times more likely to appear on the first page of your Google search page if you have a video on your website. You got to have a video. Also, YouTube is huge. Right? It's the #2 search engine in the world. Google's #1. Google owns YouTube. Google loves YouTube in every possible way, and it's much easier for you to rank your content using video than it is just plain text. It's much easier to rank a video. So, if you want to use video as well for your business to bring people to your site, putting out little pieces of content. One of the things that we've started to do, or at least what I started to do in the beginning when I was trying to get some web traffic to an ebook that I had created a couple years ago, was to create small videos, like small pieces of content that in your niche that is keyword specific, meaning that the search words that they're using to find your video or your content, you need to find out how to do that and put that in your video description and title and all those things, which is a discussion for another time. But basically, you need video for your business for content, for clarity for your business, and for search results. And those are 3 pretty powerful reasons right there. So how was that,
great.
Michael?
And I'll add a 4th to that, John, if that's okay, which is I think the other reason you need video, which is how I explained at the beginning of this broadcast, which is how I met you. It starts the building of a relationship with the prospects or the clients that you're trying to reach. So a lot of people think that, in the old days, and not too long ago in these old days, it was very expensive to have a video produced. It wasn't accessible. The technology was not accessible to those of us that are not as technically skilled to actually get our message out there. And the message just has to be you. Because, even I, as a caregiver coach, there are lots of supporters that are out there that provide supports and services to caregivers. But what could separate me from the pack, and I'm not trying to be better than anyone else, but I want to make sure that the people who could most benefit from working with me get to know me, get to like me, can see who I am, that I'm a real person. I have blood running through my veins just like they do, and that I think and care just like they do. You have a product and service to bring to the world. What will separate you and help you reach your perfect clients and your buyers is just to let people see you and get to know you. And video is one of the most powerful ways that you can do that, other than getting in front of a live audience. So I just wanted to share that too.
Beautiful, yeah, and that's exactly it. It's humanizing yourself and your brand. Gary Vaynerchuk and all these gurus on branding and media talk a lot about humanizing brands. And you want your brand to be a human brand. You don't want it to be this stiff, rigid business and all this stuff. You want a human brand, and video just brings that to light. And again, that's how we met, Michael, right? I put out a video where I went on this crazy rant about why I was doing this, and empowering healthcare providers to scale their message a little bit bigger and things like that. And it resonated with you, and it resonated with a few other people too. So video is a great way to authentically put yourself out there for building your network as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. So if maybe we could talk about a little bit, about other specific ways to use videos in your business.
Absolutely. So one of the most underserved ways to use video to build your business and build your network is the one that I've been doing for a while, and that's interviews. Interviews are so powerful. If you're a chiropractor or a health coach or a PT or in any industry, but we're talking about healthcare in particular here, healthcare professionals. Doing interviews is the best way to build yourself as an authority in your niche. It's the best way to find joint venture partners, business partners. It's just an amazing way to get out there and be seen by a larger group of people as an authority. And it's just been key for me. I started with really hardly knowing anybody, and in the last 8 months that I've been doing New Wave Healthcare interviews every week, I don't miss a week. I think I missed 1 week for Christmas, but every week, and I've accumulated these interviews. I'm not only meeting wonderful guests, because most people won't say no to being on your show. Most people want to come on a show and share their story, especially if there's a recording or if there's a little bit of an audience established. So video can be used for interviews, and that's, I think, one way where people are missing the boat, because if you're just doing audio interviews, you're not connecting at the same level as a video. So I think that's one key way to use video. Another way, obviously, is like we already talked about, is content. Putting out video content. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. People are searching YouTube for how to do anything, whether it's any kind of niche, any kind of business. YouTube is a huge source of traffic. So again, using small bits of content, short videos, maybe a minute, 2 minutes at the most, how-to videos, educational videos in your niche, or even sharing fun videos, family videos, different things like that. You can look to humanize your YouTube channel and your YouTube brand a little bit more than just putting out how-to content. That's something I'm personally looking to do in the near future here. I put out a lot of how-to content and education stuff, but not a lot of the other stuff. But I think that's a key piece too that you can start putting out. Another one is testimonials. Testimonials are marketing gold. And as soon as you're working with a client, a customer, as soon as they say they're happy with your service, that's when you get in there and you get a testimonial. Not everybody will do video, but I would always start with that. Would you do a video testimonial? If they see if they'll do that. A lot of people will, with their webcam on their laptop these days, even something like that, with a little coaching from you, you can get them to record a testimonial for you pretty easily through Skype. Pamela is another service, and we'll talk more about specific equipment here in a little bit, but testimonials is huge. How-to videos, that's what I started out doing. My girlfriend would hold a shaky iPhone. We didn't even have a stand when I started, so this thing was like an earthquake half the time. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but how-to videos. So you can just, if you're a PT, if you want to do exercises, or if you're a massage person doing manual techniques, you can use how-to videos to share what you know and become an expert in those type of things. Product creation is another one that we will use video a lot for. Making information products. We all have knowledge that we can package up and sell or share to others. And so video, in particular, screen shares are a great way to get your information out there. I have a couple more, and then I'll kick it back to you, Michael. One thing I think people forget about if you own a clinic is facility tours. Take a video of your facility, walking around, showing people, again, the human aspect, which is so powerful in video, of your facility, of your staff. Do that and put that on your website. It humanizes the heck out of your brand, and that's just so valuable when people want to find out more about you, because people want to do business with people they like. And if you put a video up there, they get a flavor of you, they get a flavor of your attitude, and it just takes that whole comfort level to another stratosphere. So don't be afraid to take videos of your buildings, your clinic, your staff, those type of things. And the final one I have on my list is explainer videos. Now that's something we've dug into recently, Michael and I, and that's an animated video that helps, with music, that helps to explain clearly in maybe a minute or two what your video, what your business and your product or service does. So they're getting cheaper to do. We actually produce them at newwavehealthcare.com for a fairly low cost, but they do help kind of if you don't want to be on camera. Or you want to keep people engaged a little more, but explainer videos and animation is a good way to keep people watching the whole video, because they're a little more engaging, cartoons are, than just somebody with a talking head talking. So those are just a few ways to use video in your business. Michael, what do you got for us? You got some more?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's all very powerful. I just want to, add on to what you said with some of these. Again, with the testimonials, I think it's really key to, if you can get people right away who are fans of what you have to offer and let them share. If they are not comfortable getting on video, just start with the written testimonial, but as much as you could capture people in the moment. If you're doing a live speaking engagement, and we're going to get into equipment in a moment, and John, I've actually learned from him, and we're going to show some of the inexpensive equipment that you could do, but John shared that he, even right in the beginning, just from his iPhone with his girlfriend holding it, well, you can inexpensively get a tripod. I actually heard of a kind of off-the-wall technique of somebody that I'm familiar with that actually put Velcro strips on the back of their iPhone to attach it to a location to tape a video on the spot of talking into that iPhone camera. What a great thing to capture things in a moment. Let's say you're giving a live event or a speaking engagement. Why not capture somebody right after you've done it and what their impression was of what you shared? I mean, it's just so powerful to do these things in the moment, and it's natural. It feels really natural. You're, again, we're not looking for perfection. I think people understand nowadays because we are such an accessible technology and doing video connections and chat through our smartphones, through our tablets. We've become much more adept with Google Hangouts or Skype. People understand it's not about being perfect. Again, it's about making that human connection and showing that you're real and you care and you want to help the people that you're meant to reach with your product or service. So even those of you that are starting and you're a startup and you're working in an apartment somewhere, you have the guys hanging out developing your product, take a video of you guys doing things in action, working together, having fun, show that you're fun, show that people want to engage, show again why you're doing what you're doing. It's just like John and I right now are engaging in the interview process. He's been interviewing people. I got interviewed in the beginning with John. It was a great way for us to form up a great relationship, reach other people that we're meant to reach, and he continues to do these wonderful interviews with entrepreneurs each and every week. And we're going to be interviewing marketing folks in future episodes of Health Jams. And again, it's just going to help build relationships, share important information, get our content out there, get our, we're being very transparent, get our YouTube views up, get the search engine rankings up. And the bottom line with all of this is, again, we are like you. We are building our business. We are building our fan base. We're getting people to consume what we have to offer, take action, be successful. Together, we can, I just believe, together we are making the world a better place in the healthcare field. And that's what we can do. So I would love for us, John, if you're ready, given where we are. And again, I encourage people, if you have any comments or want to get questions, we are now going to get into some nitty-gritty stuff of some equipment that you could get about how you could do video marketing on a budget. John will walk through some of these things. Like I said, I've learned from him. He's kind of a go-to guy for me to figure out what to get as I've enhanced my video repertoire through him. So John, why don't you go ahead and share that? And again, we will get this posted on the newwavehealthcare.com website in the replays page on the shows page for Health Jam. So do not worry about writing everything down and getting confused. You don't need to. We'll be there. But of course, any clarification you need, type it into the chat. We'll be happy to address it. Go ahead, John.
Sounds good. All right. Well, again, I got some notes in front of me here, so I'm going to read some of these off. And what I'd like to do, obviously, if you have a piece of paper, take some notes. Otherwise, don't worry. We'll get you. You can always check out the outline on our show notes page later this week. So I'm going to share a little bit about some video strategies and then talk a little bit about the equipment used for those strategies. So I'm going to break down 3 different types of videos. So we've talked about why video is cool for why you need that for your business. We've talked about some ways to use it, like ideas to use it, but now there's certain strategies or types of videos that you can create to tell your story, to educate people, to build a following, all those things. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is just simply called a screen share. Now, some of you may be familiar with this. Most people probably are these days. But if you're not, basically all that is a way to capture your laptop or your computer screen and record it and then have it archived and saved so that you can use it later for another purpose. So again, you can use that for tutorials. When you're teaching somebody something, like if you're going to put out a piece of content on YouTube that you're trying to get traffic to, video screen shares are amazing to do that. If you're looking to create an information product, where you have kind of a housed area for your content, you can use video screen shares for that as well, and kind of talk into a microphone and record that content. So there's a lot of cool ways to use screen shares. It's one of my primary tools now for putting out content and things like that. So let me give you a couple names. I'm going to name drop here. So if you have any questions, you might have some more questions on this section than any other. Let me know if you've heard other products. We could try to help you say if we know anything about those or yay or nay on those. But let me just start out for screen shares. One of my favorite tools is called Jing. J-I-N-G. Jing. And you can get that at techsmith.com. It's a free little download that you can download to your computer, and it's just a little bubble that'll sit at the bottom of your browser, and it'll allow you, the free version will allow you to take up to 5 minutes of video at a time. And it's a free tool, so for short content, for short little shares, like for traffic and those type of things, you can go to Jing. You can use Jing, and it works fabulous. It's also excellent for capturing screen captures, like just pictures on your screen. So that's one of my go-to tools for short videos and things like that. Let's see here. Another way you can record your screen is just simply like we're doing now, using a Google Hangout on air. I mean, if you use Google Hangout, which is free, which is probably one of the best tools for interviews and screen captures and stuff like that, is it's free, you know. So you can just start a Google Hangout on air, and it'll give you a recorded video. So it'll give you a YouTube video after you're done with your recording. You can record up to, I think, 15 minutes if you have an unverified YouTube channel. If you have verified your YouTube channel, you have unlimited length. So you need a YouTube channel and those type of things if you want to use that vehicle. It works fairly well. I would prefer that you use Jing for short videos. Sometimes Google Hangouts like these can be a little glitchy depending on your bandwidth, so you probably get a little cleaner image with Jing. So those are a couple free tools that we use quite a bit, that I use quite a bit. There's other free screen capture softwares out there. I'd be careful when you download free stuff. You can get, some of these will be loaded with adware and crap like that, and so do your research. You know, ask around from some people you trust before you download some of that crap, because it's just really can be annoying. You might have to make a trip down to Geek Squad or something like that to clean that crap up. So yeah, so be careful with that. On a higher level, if you want to, so those are free. On a higher level, if you want to spend a little bit of money, you can, for screen captures, I mean, what I use most of the time, it's called Camtasia for PC. Camtasia, again, is at techsmith.com. It does cost money. It's about $300 for that software, but it works excellent. It not only captures screen shares an unlimited length, it's a video editing software, which we'll touch on briefly later, but it works outstanding for that. So I'd highly recommend Camtasia for PC and ScreenFlow for Mac. And ScreenFlow is a little cheaper. It's about $99. And those two are both editing software and video recording. Those are a couple of the top pieces of software I'd recommend for that type of video.
That's great, John. I just something I was thinking too. If people even want an intermediate thing, TechSmith is TechSmith.com, who did Jing, which is a free option with a limited amount, and then Camtasia is their super duper product. They actually have an intermediate product called Snagit, which and Snagit is a much lower cost, but doesn't have the limitations of the free as Jing. So I think it's like a $49 purchase. You get a user license, and you could do longer videos. You don't have all the bells and whistles of Camtasia, but you have more than you have with just Jing. So that's even another inexpensive alternative.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. So you haven't used Snagit, but yeah, that's a great point, you know, and that's a good example, not to get too far out to digress too much, but an example of a company doing things right, making products that are low level free, medium level, and upper level. You know, we always want to make those products for our clients, you know, meeting them at different personality types. Some people are going to want free, some people are going to pay a little bit. Some people are going to want the best, and we have to make products and services for all of those levels. So that'll be another discussion, but it got me going there a little bit. Another video that we can use is just a talking head video, which is, I didn't make this name up. I think it was James Wedmore, who's a video marketing expert, used to call it talking head videos. I'm like, what do you mean talking head? Like, you know, yeah, your shoulders up. So basically that's what we're doing right now, is a talking head video where you can see us, you can see our heads going back and forth, and all of those kind of things. But it's a good way, I guess, to obviously interviews are going to be talking head videos. It's also a good way just to kind of put out a message to your followers, or to talk about something in the interim before you go into a screen share. So we could start a video out with a talking head video, like, hey, this is John. We're going to be jumping into, you know, an educational screen share on this, so let's get started, and then you can cut to the other video. So talking head videos are pretty good. They work for a lot of things. I don't use them as much as screen shares and the last one I'm going to share, but they are helpful. So for talking head videos, all you need really is a webcam. So I mean, you can literally, for free. It's not the best quality, but you can turn on your laptop webcam, and you can use something like YouTube rather, to record yourself. And so, YouTube has the ability for free for you to capture, your own image from your computer. So you can just go to the upload section of YouTube, and it'll have an area there where you can record straight to YouTube, and it'll host it for you and everything. So you don't even need to have a host. It's free. Whatever's on your laptop is free, and that's a way for you to make a talking head video. Again, not the highest quality if you're going to use just your laptop, but nonetheless, hey, it's you, and you can start with that and play with that. Facebook also has that ability now for you to just take direct video to Facebook. You can play around with that. That's another way to capture talking head type videos straight to an external source like Facebook. And again, like we're doing now, Google Hangout is one of our favorites. It's our go-to platform right now. It's not perfect. You do get a little glitchy at times. It depends on the bandwidth. But again, another way for you to share your story and be seen as a person in front of a video. So those are a couple basic ones. Michael, do you have other free ones that you know of, or do you want me to kind of go into some of the other ones?
Well, and I think even just going back even to talking head, just what we said before with an iPhone. I mean, people, it's really that simple. People who own iPhones, you could just record a video. I've seen people lately do videos while they're working out with an iPhone, or walking or jogging and talking, or I'm not one that likes to attach a phone somewhere and talk while I drive. These people who talk while they drive, that makes me a little bit nervous. I think I'm always afraid I'm going to see somebody crash while talking while they're driving on camera. But you can just use your iPhone and capture something in the moment, as if you just want to talk or teach or whatever. A lot of people do that. So again, you may already have the technology. You don't have to buy it, but again, it's right there accessible to you. So, and then I know you'll share some of the other options like cameras too. So.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So, yeah, I mean, you can use those tools are fine. Another tool that a lot of people recommend is Pamela for PC. I know a lot of people are using that. I think that's not a lot of money, a little bit of money, like $30-40 or something like that to capture yourself on video. And I think Ecamm is another one. Ecamm is a Mac product. Or you can simply use your webcam. Like that's what I do when I do these talking head videos. Is I just use my Logitech cam. I have a Logitech Pro 9000. It's about $90, and it has a software that you install on your computer, and you literally just do talking head videos from that, and it works great. So that's all you really need for a talking head video. You don't really need anything. I would recommend getting a webcam that has decent software like Logitech or something like that to capture yourself that way. One other thing I want to touch on with the talking head is the microphone. The audio quality of your video is the most important component of video. If your audio sucks, you're not going to have a good video. I mean, people are going to click away from your video because they're like, I can't hear what the hell this guy's saying. So audio is number one. If you can take anything away from this today, you got to have good audio on your videos, and I'll talk a little bit more about the types of microphones and things for this type of video and a couple others later. But yeah, got to have audio. That's cool. What I use right here with this guy right here that I'm using right now is you can take a note here. I'll link this up. It's the Audio Technica ATR 2100. I've used this for all of my interviews. It is as far as I know and understand, it's the best mic for the money. Michael got one too. See,
I got one too.
Look over to Michael there.
I'm not one that likes it over my head, so I'm on the stand. I'm on the tripod.
He's got the tripod set up.
So it comes with the tripod. And you can do that, and then and I got this recommendation from John, and it's great sound quality. It's off, and it's just so easy to hook up. Just hooks up with the USB port.
Yep. It just hooks right into your computer. So yeah, I got the little stand too myself, but I figured I needed to go all out with the mic arm here too, just to kind of, I don't know, I was on a little buying spree when I was starting my podcast, and the mic arm just works fine. But you can just get a stand, and it comes with it. I think the microphone is up. They raised the price. I think it's $60 now. for that
Still well
microphone.
worth it. Well worth
Well
it.
worth it. Highly recommended by Pat Flynn and other famous podcasters as a quality mic that's excellent for a budget. Very nice microphone. Other mics you could consider are the Blue Yeti. That's about 80 or 90 bucks last I've checked. I've not personally used that, so you might want to look up on that. I know a lot of podcasters or people who are doing tutorials are using it, so check that one out. And the highest quality, which I know this is on a video marketing on a budget, but I'm just going to throw it out there. The highest quality mic you can get if you're one of those people that have to have the best of everything is the Heil microphone, and that's Heil, Heil microphone. It's about 300 bucks. Definitely a bit of an investment, but very nice sound quality, and that's really what a lot of the top podcasters and audio creators in the world are using for their content. So it might be worth an investment if you got the money. Otherwise, the Audio-Technica mic that we got right here, you're listening to it, it sounds fine, and it plugs right into your computer, whereas the Heil doesn't. You have to have a mixer. So this is if you're on a budget, which this is all about, go get an Audio-Technica ATR 2100 for 60 bucks. You'll be stoked. So that's it for microphones. I wanted to throw that in there, kind of in the middle. And the last kind of video I want to talk about is a how-to video. That's kind of what I call it. I think that's what James Wedmore taught me, how he calls it. A how-to video is basically a whole body video. Like, how do you capture your whole body on camera, not just your head, not just your screen. And so that's actually what I started with when I was shooting videos several years ago, was just, again, a whole body video with an iPhone. So you can just literally start with an iPhone, like, have someone hold it. I wouldn't recommend that, but that's how I started. And I got a couple of videos that have, 50,000 views or whatever from shaky iPhone videos on YouTube right now. So, yeah, you can do that with just a simple iPhone. But let me share with you the basics of what I would recommend if you're just getting started and you want to dabble in creating how-to videos, which could basically be exercise demonstrations if you're a trainer or a PT. Can also be, set up for what we talked about earlier, which are tours of your facility. You want to have a couple of these items. So the iPhone is the iPhone. What is it? What are they up to now? 5S? Is it 6 yet?
It's 5S.
5S is the top one. I can't keep up with that. They seem to release a new iPhone every month. But the quality of the cameras on iPhone, the brand new iPhone 5S, is amazing. I know James Wedmore, who's the video marketing expert of experts, just released a new product on iPhone marketing, and he's actually using an iPhone for all of his videos now. So I mean, literally, he doesn't have the expensive digital camera anymore. He's got an iPhone for his professional looking videos. So really, the newer versions of the iPhone have awesome cameras. So you can literally just take your iPhone and then buy a tripod. And that would be the bare minimum I would recommend is buying a tripod. They're about $30 so that you can set it up, either have someone shoot the video with you or just turn set the iPhone on the tripod, hit start, and then walk around, start your video, and then edit out the beginning. That's a perfect way to start shooting videos of yourself. You do need one thing, though, and this is a tip, so definitely write this down. If you're going to shoot with an iPhone and a tripod, you need a way to secure the iPhone to the tripod, because the standard tripod won't put an iPhone on it. So you need what's called a Glif. That's Glif. It's about 20 bucks. You can search Glif on Amazon, and that's a little adapting piece that'll screw into your tripod, and it'll allow you to put your iPhone directly on the tripod. So that's the setup. You could literally have your iPhone, a $30 tripod, a $20 Glif, and you can literally start shooting yourself and not have it be all shaky and stuff, which that's annoying for people to watch. So that's the bare minimum setup I would get for how-to videos on that. Again, the intermediate, if you wanted to go an intermediate level of ability, you want to have a quality audio sound. So if you're going to spend a little bit more money than the bare minimum, I would recommend getting a wireless microphone. That is probably the next purchase you're going to want to make beyond the tripod and the little adapter Glif. So I would invest in either a lavalier microphone or just a regular wireless like Sony microphone. If you Google wireless if you go to Amazon rather and look up wireless microphones, you will see that that the Sony microphone will pop up. That's the one I use. It's the silver bullet, they call it in the industry. It's kind of a little bit big and bulky, but it works really well. And so it's about, they're going to charge you a little more, maybe 150, 200 bucks for a wireless microphone. But it's well worth it if you want to improve the quality of your video. I mean, it makes all the difference. Beyond the initial setup of just having a iPhone and tripod and that setup, get a wireless microphone if you want to take it to the next level. Makes all the difference in the world.
But if somebody doesn't, could I just add, if you don't have a lot in your budget to start off with, start with what you can afford and build to your repertoire of equipment. So if you need, the wired lavaliers that are like $29, $39 are very inexpensive to start. It will work just fine. You could connect it right into your iPhone or whatever camera you're using, and you just tuck the wire under your shirt and clip it on. That's what you'll see. It won't. The wire won't even be visible. So don't feel like you have to. If you're getting some equipment is too much, you could start with the wired, and the wired sounds really great as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can start with a wired up like lavalier or something like that. That's fine too. But yeah, if you're going to be moving around like doing exercise demonstrations, I would definitely recommend to have a wireless mic, which is what I was doing when I started. So I invested a little bit of money, bought the Sony. I don't have the name in front of me, but the Sony microphone. You can go to Amazon and check that out. And I'll link all this stuff up on our replay show notes page. It'll be up there later this week. But there's one more tip, and this is a little insider tip. This took me a while to find and figure out from my own research. Is how do you connect your wireless microphone receiver, because there's a receiver, to your iPhone? And boy, I looked for several days on this. Because you need a way for your iPhone to read the receiver, to pick up the receiver. Because there's a receiver that, obviously your wireless mic has to send a signal to a receiver, and the receiver has to have a way to communicate with your iPhone or any digital camera. So you'll need what's called a KV connection cable. KV connection cable, and that's a little tip that took me a little while to find. I think it's and you can't get these on Amazon. You have to go to kvconnection.com. And I don't know how I found this thing, but I searched several days and eventually found it. But that's the way you can connect a wireless mic receiver to your iPhone. Otherwise, it won't read it. So that's a must. It's not that much money. Again, I think it's $25 to pick up one of those. And the highest level, you can always get digital cameras and fancier microphones, but for our purposes, on a budget, literally, if you just have a iPhone, a tripod that has the adapter, and a wireless microphone, that's going to be a good start for you. So for a few $100, you can really scale it up to the next level. You can start for 50 or whatever with just the regular setup, but I would recommend, if you can, getting your audio quality up, because that's really, really huge. So anything to add to that, Michael?
No, I think that's great.
Perfect.
I think we're doing good. I think we're ready for the next section.
Yeah. So I know we're going a little longer than our scheduled time. As I always do, I tend to get on a little bit of a rant and start sharing a ton of stuff at one time. But hopefully you all are finding this valuable. I'm sure that a couple of those tips are gold right there, because that takes some time to find and figure out, and it's really not out there. I should probably make some videos on that, huh, Michael? We should probably put some content out in those areas.
We could.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk a little bit briefly. We're almost done here, guys. About editing software. Again, I already mentioned a lot of these. I use Camtasia for editing my videos. It's $300. ScreenFlow for a Mac is $99. Really good software, highly recommended. The free version, you could just use the YouTube editor. If you just Google YouTube editor, it'll pull up. You have to download it to YouTube to use it. So if you have a video on your computer, you have to upload it to YouTube, then edit it, and then export that MP4 file back to your computer again. But you can do some basic editing in the YouTube editor for free. So that's always an option too. And the last thing I want to touch on is lighting. Today, lighting is also behind audio. Lighting is probably the second most important thing in a video. So if you want to, again, be on a big budget, do it outside. Do your video outside if it's a how-to video or a talking head video even. Maybe a little harder. You have to use your iPhone for a talking head video. But for how-to videos, go outside and shoot your videos either in the morning or in the evening. You don't want to shoot your videos at midday when the sun is right over your head, or it'll just cast shadows everywhere. You want to shoot on an overcast day, preferably, but shoot in the morning or in the evening with the sun pointing at you, not behind you. You know, if it points behind you, you're going to be dark. Have it pointing right at you. You can use, hopefully an overcast day, and the lighting will look great. And again, if you're mic'd up if you have your stand, if you have your iPhone, if you have a wireless mic with some decent lighting outside, it's going to look great. It's going to be more than perfect there. So otherwise, like what I have right now, what I have to the side of me, I have a 3-piece lighting set. It's called a 3-piece lighting set. You can go to Amazon and Google or Amazon those, I guess. I don't think that's a search term yet, is it, Michael? Amazon. Amazoning. Well, it could be. But yeah, go to Amazon. You can just search for 3-piece light sets. They're a little more expensive, like $150 or so, but you don't need them. But if I turn these off right now, it would definitely look kind of weird.
And I have a similar setup in front of me right now. But I just want to add, if we want to say in a budget, I heard from a video marketing person, if you really want to go inexpensive and you don't want to get the official, let's say umbrella light set or something, it might be $150. You could get industrial clamp lights, the ones that you use for doing work in your home and just kind of hang it. Those like hanging lights that are like industrial lights you could get at a Home Depot for like $15, $20. They could do just fine. But as John said, the best light you could possibly use is natural light. So if you could go outside or even be in a window, in your home that has a lot of natural light coming in, make sure that the light is facing you and not behind you. So position the camera in front of the window and be standing on the other side so you're facing the window. Don't have the window behind you. Have the window in front of you and the camera pointing away. Natural light is free. That's the ultimate cheap. And that's how you can position it. Right, and doing it in your office or your workplace. A lot of facilities have lots of windows. Use the natural light that comes in. You don't have to invest in any lights. So
right.
that would be just another tip.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, that's our content for today. I'd like to just say that thank you, Michael, for hosting this with me. We're going to be doing one of these every 2 weeks. We're going to have a really awesome content. We'll maybe wrap that up after the Q&A or if you have any announcements. But I just want to let you all know that Michael and I's passion are helping entrepreneurs in the healthcare industry share their message. I mean, there's so many important messages in healthcare these days, and there's so many passionate providers out there who have amazing knowledge to share but don't know how to share it with other people. They don't know how to create information products, because that's really how you scale your ideas, is to package that knowledge into a digital product or something and scale that out to a bigger audience. So I'd like to just say that we're opening up our calendars, our schedules for 5 slots. So if you'd like a free consultation with us, no strings attached, we are opening up 5 slots on our calendar to work with you to help you in your business get started either in video or anything in the online marketing realm. So we'd like to just offer that to you guys. I think it'd be a heck of a deal. We always work our butts off for our clients. So again, if you want to take one of those slots and have us check out your business, your website, email me directly at Jon at newwavehealthcare.com, and I'd be happy to take a look at what you're doing. And Michael and I would be happy to collaborate on your business to help you scale your ideas to a bigger audience. So I think that's it. We're going to do Q&A, right, Michael? If anyone has any questions.
So if you have any questions or comments or anything to just share, I know we got a couple along the way. It looks like we've gotten some positive feedback, John.
Good.
Aaron asked a question about that you answered earlier about how to, in terms of the iPhone how to connect it up to a tripod, so which you answered with the glyph. So I think we've answered the questions that came in along the way, but certainly this is your opportunity to to put in another question or a comment. We are going to strive to try to make these 30-minute shows going forward. So again, feel free to but we wanted to make sure in launching our first show that we got some great content out there. Video marketing is definitely become a passion that John and I are engaging in. We know, as we said, and as John said, there are so many of you, and if you're here with us or you're listening to this in a replay, you are somebody that is, again, trying to improve the lives, the healthcare system, or just health, wellness, or care supports for people. And we want to help you get your message out more effectively. So again, you get to work with the people that you're most meant to support. And together, we're going to learn and grow. I'm going to be learning through this process every time I talk to John, or I know if he talks to me, it's a learning experience for both of us. So we are here to provide help. So I hope that you will take advantage of one of these 5 slots that John has shared at john@newwavehealthcare.com. There's lots of great resources that are also at newwavehealthcare.com. You can check out some of the other interviews. We have more things that are going to be coming. So this is an exciting new partnership and venture for John and I. And I can't think of a better person to connect with. So John, I so appreciate the invitation. And I think
we got a couple
I would
questions.
say this is a nice successful start, at least from the comments I'm seeing from folks.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have so much awesome content on here. It's gonna be just a lot of fun, and we have a lot of connections just based on putting out videos, right? Like, and it's amazing how fast your contacts will grow if you're consistent and you do it consistently. So we're so blessed to have so many amazing connections in the world of healthcare and marketing. So we're gonna bring those two together and just rock the socks off of these every 2 weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I think we got to
just add one more thing while we're doing this as I think about it, because what's going to happen to this show and each show going forward, and John has already been doing this with the interviews, video can be repurposed in many different ways. And one of the ways to repurpose it is some folks going forward will actually listen to this show as a podcast on iTunes. So it will be an audio podcast. So your video then can be repurposed in that way. So again, you're able to reach more people. So I encourage you, if you do listen to podcasts on iTunes, go to New Wave Healthcare, New Wave Healthcare's show. It's actually a channel on the podcast, and Health GMs will be included in the New Wave Healthcare. New Wave Healthcare is going to be a network where we have shows like this, again, to showcase other entrepreneurs and also to provide online marketing and social media tips to those entrepreneurs and to help all of us move forward and rock our businesses. So we would love for you to listen to us. If this show tonight has been of value to you, I hope that you will also share as we put future episodes out. We'd love to hear a testimonial or a comment from you as well that we can put out there and share with others so we could get more great questions and content on our show. So please reach out.
So let's answer a couple questions here before we get too far going here. It looks like Aaron asks, what's the best way to ask for a testimonial? And I'll jump on that one real quick. And I think it's as soon as people have a positive result with your business, as soon as people are satisfied or having good results with your service, that's the time to ask for the testimonial. And you have to ask, because I mean, testimonials are marketing gold. So if they'll do it on video, that'd be great. Otherwise, get what you can, text and picture of the person or whatever. But as soon as you're getting a positive result with a client, I would just ask them, hey, I'm glad you're getting great results with our service. I'd appreciate a short testimonial. At that point, they already like you, so you don't need to really phrase it any particular way, is my view on that. What do you think, Michael?
I agree with that too. I think right on the spot, and a lot of times in a conversation, somebody might say, "Oh, this session or this work that we just did was just so great." A great way to do that. One of the things I found in working with some of my coaching clients that have been glad to provide me with testimonials, some of them are so afraid of what to say sometimes, or they want to be perfect. All of us have this goal. Even John and I wanted to be perfect in the delivery of this show tonight. And we in our quest for perfection, it sometimes stops us from taking action. So if somebody has summarized what they said, sometimes what I'll say is just write what you're saying without fear of, again, being perfect. Just speak from the heart. Just put a few words out there. The other thing is you can also always offer to summarize what somebody has said to you and get their approval. You can write something for them, let them tweak it, give approval before you use that as a testimonial as well. The idea is to get the action, to get it done. So whatever it will take to get that to the finish line. And I've actually done that, and some people have been really appreciative. And, again, the idea is tweak it to be comfortable in your own words, because, again, you want the testimonials to be real and authentic. But bottom line is you want them done and to get them out there. Social proof is one of the most important things that people need before they'll make a purchase. And I don't know about you, but before I buy a product or a service, and especially we've been talking about Amazon a lot, I will peruse the reviews just to get a sense as to what people are saying, and it will add to the social proof to make me feel better about my purchase.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's the key, right? Social proof, probably one of the most important marketing pieces of marketing content on your website. So the more social people are liking you, the more people are sharing you, the more people that are leaving testimonials for you. It just means that that enough people are liking what you're doing, and you're not some shady weirdo that like is coming out of his van to like help them with their project. You're an actual person who has helped others, and you're credible and you're visible, because people want visibility, they want transparency, they don't want some cloak and dagger type of website or process that they don't trust or they don't see any other proof of. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that's a great point, Michael. All right, do we have any other questions on that? Looks like we've got a couple people chiming in. They seem to like it.
Yeah.
And if there's any other questions.
But the dialogue does not stop at the end of any show. So again, feel free to reach out for consultation at john@newwavehealthcare.com, right? Just shoot, comments or questions there. And again, we're going to practice what we preach. So if there were great ahas you took away from this show, or things that could make this more helpful for you going forward, also send an email to john@newwavehealthcare.com. We'd love to hear from you, because we want to make this show, each and every episode, as enlightening and practical, and so that you could just take the information and run with it right afterwards, as possible. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this.
Absolutely. I forgot to blue box you that time. Uh-oh.
Well, again, we're getting through. It's no problem. I'm sure people say it's no problem. So again, this has been great fun. I'm not seeing any other questions. It looks like positive comments. I think we've rocked it. So what do you think, John?
Yeah, I think it was good. And do we want to announce? I think next what's our next one? It's going to be July 10th, I think, right? It was our next
July 10th.
At the same time, same bat channel, everything like that. And I think our topic. Do we want to disclose our topic, or?
Sure, go ahead. Let people know.
So it's going to be, I've got a lot of questions for those of you who are still on with us about online marketing and HIPAA, online marketing and regulations. And a lot of healthcare professionals who have a license are scared of that, right? Like, what if someone takes my product and then goes and injures themselves and they sue me or something like that? So, there's valid fears. There's a lot of fear in healthcare professionals, particularly licensed professionals, about using online marketing, using social media, using these tools to share what they know without getting in trouble. So our next topic on July 10th is going to be on HIPAA and social media, on HIPAA and online marketing. So that if you fall under HIPAA, which is a patient protection regulation that we all as healthcare providers have to follow, you're going to want to tune into this one, because we have a healthcare lawyer coming on our show who has 25 years of experience. He's been in all over the place, a published author, he's written books, and he's agreed to come on our next health jam at that time to answer live questions, and to join Michael and I to talk about this really important topic. I mean, it really, really is. So just wanted to announce that. And I think that's all we got for now. So I'll sign off and say I hope you guys found this valuable. Hit me up on social media or email me. I'd be happy to look at your business. Michael and I will collaborate both ourselves and also with our mentors and other people too to help elevate what you're doing. So hope to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next one. Any closing words, Michael?
No, I think this is great. I'm looking forward to continuing our dialogue with these topics each 2 weeks, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And even those of us that may not be regulated by HIPAA, confidentiality and privacy is so important when we're dealing with others. So I think this will be a great show just to explore all of those topics and give those things some real thought. So I'm looking forward to exploring that and each and every time. So this was a rockin' start. Health Jams has launched.
All right, we did it.
Right.
We'll see you guys next time.